Alrighty, that's recording. So welcome everyone. I am going alone today because Jo's actually at the airport picking up her husband, which is exciting. And we've got a couple of things to talk about. I have got a little list happening over here. There was a poll in the Business Builders group going, and you guys decided you want to talk about strategies for getting people to workshops, LRP education and supporting builders. So let's start, and I want, if anyone apart from Hales she's the only one with a video on, to talk and get involved if you can, if you want to. So strategies for getting people to workshops. There's obviously probably a couple of ways maybe that I'll talk about how we do it. We do pay for advertising. So there is that, and I know that that is out of some people's budget, but you then factor that into the cost of the ticket sale. So you should be charging for workshops. No one should be hosting workshops for free. Workshops are different to classes, and we have spoken about this before. So if it's a workshop, they will possibly go away with goods. They will learn, they will educate. Like I'm sort of picturing make and take sort of workshops, or you're just a demonstration type workshop, but they might get to sample things at the end if it's a cooking type demonstration, or even if it's a body scrub or body care sort of demonstration, then they, generally will probably get to sample something at the end. So with a workshop, you should be charging for one. So therefore, if you then are charging or using advertising via Facebook or whatever the means are, local newsletters or any of those types of things, then factor that into the cost as well, and just add that to the cost. It might only be an extra $1 or $2 per ticket, if depending on how many you're selling. So, have that. You can use things like on your Facebook business page, there's an events tab. So when you're doing workshops, and one of the biggest things that you should be doing is making sure they're regular. So if you host a monthly workshop, then those events should be set out almost for at least 3 to 4 months in advance, if not longer, if you think you can plan that far in advance. So you could set out now your list of workshops that you're going to be hosting all through the school holidays. I would hope that everyone watching this has got some type of thing planned for school holidays, kids workshops, make and take workshops with the kids and teenagers. Workshops are more about educating people to reuse their oils. So they've already probably bought. Yes, you can be, joining people up at workshops, and that is great. But workshops, generally the focus of a workshop is they've probably already joined, and you then just continuing that education process. So they reorder, want to do LRP, and rekeep purchasing, repurchasing, you know what I'm talking about. So strategies for getting them to the workshops. Are you using the right terminology? If they're not turning up to your workshops because you've called it, I don't know, introduction to essential oils or something, I don't know, something basic, then that's not really enticing. So try and think of different ways that you might want to catch their attention. It might be low tox your household, or, don't even have to use the word essential oils in the title of your project. So think of other ways, think of other strategies. Go look at what a few other people are doing, what they're naming their workshops, and maybe it's something to do with that. I know when we do our business coaching and our, like an email tagline, for example. So we might get an open rate on one email and then a really low open rate on another email, and our business coach will be like, well, why? And maybe the tagline of the email is just not interesting. People don't open it. And same thing with workshops. If they're not an interesting title, and you don't have to go, think crazy, but just look at that. Like, why are they not turning up? Because they've done it 3 times already, or, it's called the same thing as everybody else, those sorts of things. So just look at those as a strategy to maybe work on. Generally, if people are buying for something, they expect a good deal. So, if you're doing workshops and you're charging for them, make sure they're getting a good deal so they will want to come back to the next one, or they want to ask their friends, or they'll recommend people. So, make sure that when you're you know, talking about your workshops and you're doing all those things, you want them to return. So I did scrapbooking for many, many moons, and I still want to try and get back to it. I really enjoy it. It's a good downtime thing for me. But the thing with that is, the lady that I go to, her workshops, I want to turn up because you get good value. You have a laugh. You have heaps of fun. You know exactly what you're turning up and you're going to get. You know you're going to get free time to work on your projects or do your things. And I guess doTERRA's similar to that. And the other thing that she does is, she not only sends out an email with all her dates, she has a lot of dates to choose from. So there's no reason we can't be doing the same. Like, I looked at her program and I did share a photo of that in the Business Builders group a few months ago now. You'd have to scroll back for it. But there was a photo of all her dates. I was like, this is what you guys need to be doing. If you want people to turn up, they need a date range. So you can't just go, oh, I'm hosting one next week, and then not have another option, because people are busy on that day. They need the third, second, third, fourth option. So you should always have options out there, and they should be able to see them all, and then they can join them all. And another strategy would be maybe look at like an events booking tab so that they book and pay online. Like, everything's online, let's face it. So if they can book and pay online, don't have them paying on the day they arrive. They won't come. They need to book and pay in advance. If you tell me that I can turn up and just pay on the day and something happens and they get a better offer, then they're going to take the better offer. Do you know what I mean? Like, or, you know, their kids are sick or something, they're not going to look for a babysitter. They're just going to stay at home. They're just going to go, oh, I can't go. Whereas if they've paid for it, they might look at still getting the babysitter or still looking at another option because they've paid for something they want to be turning up. So there's some strategies that I would look at. I would look at what you're naming them. I would make sure you're charging, making sure they're paying in advance, making sure that, you know, they're getting good value for money, so they want to come back again and they want to bring their friends, those types of things, and that they're really learning something. So host the same workshop over and over again if that's working for you, but if it's not, you're really going to have to switch it up. So yeah, so just look at those strategies and see how that turns your business around, I guess, from a workshop point of view. Any questions? Who's chatting to me? You can unmute yourself and talk. What types of workshops do you guys find the best?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Yeah,
I've never run them before, so I just want to know what types of things would be the best to do. I know the take and makes are normally pretty good, but what types of workshops would you actually put out there? I've never done one before, so this would be my sort of first kind of workshop thing. I've done the lives. I did that the other day. I was very excited. But I just want to know, is that what people are looking for? I know that's what I looked for when I sort of joined, but is that from experience and stuff that you guys have done, is that what people generally want?
I think so, and I can talk about it from a cooking point of view. We obviously do a lot of our business over the internet, but when we do like face-to-face stuff, so yes, we sell out, and we were doing that way before we were big. So this is not something that, you're now got this many followers, blah blah. We were selling out way before that because it was a reasonably priced event. They were getting value for money and all of those things that that I've just covered. So I guess from a doTERRA point of view, I would look at, personally, I would turn up, and you guys might all want to chip in and give your ideas, but I would turn up to a make and take. And for me, that would involve some type of body things, because that's what I'm into. So if I was going to learn how to make my own lip glosses and foot creams and hair lotions and whatever, but I would stick to maybe 3 or 4 items. I wouldn't do 10. Like don't go crazy. It would just be too many. So you want to only have maybe 2 or 3 that they're making, or 3 3 definitely, 4 maybe, that they're making, unless it's quite an involved process. So I would make sure, that's what I'm into. So that's my gig. Cooking ones, from what I can tell, do really well. How to flavour your food with essential oils, or how to get the most out of your essential oils in your food, those types of things. From what I understand, because they're learning something, they're actually then tasting it and eating it and using it, I guess. People that I've seen around that just do, or not just, but that do like I don't know what they're called, calming kids and those sorts of ones. What I've seen, they haven't done real well. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows of anyone that's done really good ones. But from what I've seen, and within our own team, the people that have hosted ones along those lines have not done as well. You're really targeting a really specific person to turn up to something like that. And if they've never experienced essential oils before, they just think it's a whole hippie woo-woo. So I'll just do that. So, you know, there's that. Yeah, I really think personally, and this is literally just for me, so you guys might have a different opinion, but yeah, I would look at your make and takes as a forefront of a workshop, and then just switching those up to what you make. So you might do cleaning, you might do cooking, you might do body, you might do roller ball blends, you know, you might do perfumes, you might do, or pure few, you know, like those sorts of, yeah. So there's lots of different make and take options you can Google. Like if you Google doTERRA make and take, you'll probably end up with like a massive list. Yeah, so just have a look through that. Hope that, does that answer your question? Yep, thumbs up. Awesome. All right, LRP education. We talk about this a lot, and I guess it's something that we have discussed heaps of times, LRP education within your teams, getting your personal enrollments onto LRP. So with that, you might want to look at, well, this is what we do. We talk about it all the time. We tell people all the time what they're going to get out of LRP, what they are going to miss from not being in the LRP. So if you notice someone within your team that is ordered consistently, and you can do those reports in the back office, that are ordering consistently within your team and are not putting them through as an LRP, get on the phone. People are so used to Facebook messaging and emailing and all of those things. Do you know what? The phone has been around for a very long time and it works. Get on the phone. Don't just send them a private message. They will ignore it. They won't understand it. They will go, oh, that's that LRP thing. I don't want to know anything about it. Get on the phone, pick up the phone and ring the person and create that relationship, create that bond. If it's someone that's just joined your team that you don't know really well from a workshop or a class, and you've just met them, they will appreciate the phone call, I promise. So I listened to a podcast the other day and the guy was saying exactly the same thing. He had bought a program, a course, and someone rang him within 7 days. He nearly fell off his chair, because people just do not pick up the phone anymore. They just rely on social media to try and get the message across. And like I said, the phone's been around a very, very long time, and it has worked for a very long time to sell and, you know, all of those things. So don't be scared to pick up the phone. To educate, especially about LRP. Just check how they're going. Hey, it's been, I noticed you've been ordering. How are your oils going? Just want to mention you're not on the LRP, but you've been ordering for 3 months. You can't, you're missing out on XYZ. Like, you can look back at what their points have been. If they've been over the 125, they're missing out on the free product. If they've been over the 50, they're missing out on earning the points. Any LRP order gets the shipping back. So they're missing out on essentially free shipping. So don't say they get free shipping, because that's not what it is. They get their points back in shipping. So they're, getting their shipping costs covered, and they can then respend that. So we just sort of use the terminology essentially free shipping as a way of saying it. So educate them on what they're missing out on, and that fear of missing out, that FOMO, will probably bring them into the LRP. And one thing we always do as well is say, it's totally optional. Like, you can leave it. Like, every phone call we talk about, and you guys, if you've ever had a phone call from us when you first joined, you will know the same thing. We say it's a totally optional program. You're not locked into anything. You can opt in for 1 month and opt out. Like, if you don't like it, just go. That's it. Like, there's no hassle. So once they get rid of that fear of that, I have to order every month. Well, no, you don't actually. You can leave the loyalty program anytime you like. Oh, okay. Like, they really then understand, yeah, okay, it's about just continually educating them. share posts about what on your Facebook or Insta, whatever platform you're using. Share posts about what you got for free. This is what turned up in my month. If you see another really good post from someone else, reshare theirs. Hey, like, this is what such and such got in their order. Check it out, like blah, 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 blah. You know, don't be scared to reshare other people's pictures as long as you're giving them full credit, or you know, all of those things. So, yeah, if you haven't had a great LRP order yourself this month, then share someone else's photo, and just say, hey, look what such and such got. Yeah, but it's all about just continuing that education and putting their minds at ease about it, because I know what we were like when we first enrolled, and I know what I'm like even now with signing on to things and that whole monthly ordering, and that just scared the absolute wits off me. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. No, we're not doing that. Didn't do it for months until we understood it all, and that you could leave it when you wanted to. So totally get it. Yeah, Sherry, that's what I need to learn. I know it's in the back office. Yeah, we can do that. We can show, I could probably even show you now. What else was there? The supporting your builders. So this is the people that you've noticed in your team that may have enrolled, even just one person. Ring them. Again, pick up the phone. Congratulate them. Hey, I saw you had an enrollment. That's super exciting. Who is it? Oh, it's my mum. That's awesome. What's she going to, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like, encourage them to keep going, to keep building, to keep looking. You know, don't let them, not slacken off, that's not the right word, but I guess when you encourage people that, yeah, they want to keep doing it. Let's face it. If someone encourages you to at the gym, like, keep going, you've only got 5 more to go. Okay, I can pump out 5 more push-ups. Like, you know, so it's this encouragement that we get. So if you're encouraging your builders, they're going to keep going. They're going to keep like that awful lag that we always get, that, you know, oh, I've only had one, or oh, I didn't get any this month, or all those things. They're the things that, you know, again, just pick up the phone and ring them, and just be in contact with them, and let them know that you're there for them, and let them know that there's trainings and there's things online, and there's these, and there's chat groups, and there's, oh my God, there's a bazillion things that people can do as a business builder. But I actually think the best thing you can do is pick up the phone, or open that like two-way communication street. So if you've got that two-way communication street happening, and they can do that, and they know that they can ring you and you can ring them, etc., then yeah, that's definitely one of the best ways to support your builders in my books. Any questions on that, or any LRP questions? No one? Nothing? Great, that was easy.
I was going to say too, Jess White's got a heap of for workshops or classes. She's got great ideas, so
yeah, and
to look at.
She does. I totally agree. And her hubby gets involved sometimes too. So if you've got one around, put them to good use and get them involved, because people love it, because there's not a lot of men doing it. So yeah, people do love it. And her husband gets out in the garden and has some really good, which is something that is, again, a little niche of all of its own, is out in the garden. Because I don't even really know the full use that we can use to make pest sprays and different things. So I would go to something like that. Like, you know, yeah. So just, yeah, really start thinking outside the box on workshop ideas, and I think you'll find it'll turn around. And especially if you can, like, sort of plan them out a good few months in advance, so people can be like, okay, well, I've done that one. I don't need to know how to make lip gloss again, but I really am interested in the pet care, or the, you know, the whatever the next one is. So they'll book into those ones. And then you can also see, and this is the thing with having them booked out, or, you know, open up for a few months in advance, you're not just focusing yourself on one workshop either. So you're not zoomed in on, oh, now I've only got 5, you know, or coming to that, or whatever, or 2 or whatever. Because you can see, oh, but there's 2 already booked in for that one. Oh, and there's 1 already booked in for 3 months out. You know, so it gives you guys also a bit of a boost as well, that you're like, oh, okay, this one, you know, okay, I don't have a lot of interest in this one, but that one's going to do really well because there's already 5, you know, those sorts of things. So that's a really good way for you guys as well to know what's on your horizon, and do I need to restock on oils? Do I need to make sure I've got enough of this, of that, whatever, so you can see who's going to be attending.
So when you book people in, do you actually, what system do you use to book in? Like, is there a particular system that's best to use for that, or is it just if you put it, say, out on Facebook and say, do you want to book in here, like, or Eventbrite, or I don't know what the apps are that you can use.
But try booking, I think, is one.
Okay.
And then there's that Eventbrite that you mentioned.
Yep.
I'm assuming they charge a small fee to use. But again, that's the fee you charge, like you add into your booking.
Yep. Forward it on to.
Yeah, you might, instead of charging $10, you might charge $12.
So is that reasonable, like a $10 class? Like if you did, say, roller bottles or something like that, and they walk away with, you know, say 2 roller bottles, would you think that's reasonable, like at $10, or?
Totally depends on what oils you're using.
Yeah.
If you're using frankincense and expensive,
oh gosh, no,
then you need to be charging more.
Yeah.
You need to be covering your costs.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Personally, we don't ever really make money out of workshops. Even in any of the cooking workshops we've ever done, you know, we charge $70 or $80, and we don't actually make any money out of that. Like, that's literally covering the cost of the food, our airfares or expenses, our travel, whatever we've had to pay for, the cost of the room. You know, we have goodie bags, and, you know, they get a little gift and whatever. Yeah. So we don't generally make any money out of any workshops we've ever done as or as doTERRA. So as long as you're covering your costs. So if you want to charge $20, make sure they're getting $20 worth. And that might be 2 extra roller bottles to take home to fill up themselves for free. Or, you know, it might be that there's a lucky door prize, or everyone gets a giveaway, whatever your deal is.
It's got to be a sweetener somewhere.
Absolutely. Because everyone wants something for free, let's face it. What else was I going to say? There was something I did want to touch on too, and this was something just with Facebook Lives. And I've seen a few of you guys do lives now, which is awesome because it's my thing and I really like it. And a couple of things with that. So when you do your Facebook Live, make sure that before you go live, you've got a blurb written. So what I've seen is a few of you guys not writing anything, like you literally just hit live. And then if I'm scrolling through Facebook and I don't know what you're talking about, I'm going to keep on scrolling because I don't have time to figure out what you're talking about. I want to know before I turn it on and start listening. So make sure you've got a blurb. And then in that blurb, make sure it's not just, hi, chatting about oils. Duh. Like, make sure it's, want to show you how to make X, Y, Z. Or here make sure again, some people will read before they listen. So they want to be, and this is me, this is why I know that this is what happens. When I'm scrolling through Facebook, I've got like seconds because, that's about it. So I want to read quickly and then go, hey, that's interesting. I want to actually listen to watch what she's doing. So make sure your blurb, and it might take you an extra couple of minutes because, to type it in, it's worth it. More people will watch your Facebook Live if they know what you're talking about. So, yeah, I just wanted to really mention that. If you're linking into other websites or you're using a recipe or you're making cleaning paste, make sure you're linking into the other website so they can get the recipe. So you can type the recipe out, say if it's a doTERRA recipe, the cleaning scrub, and you're making it Facebook Live, make sure you're saying it's a doTERRA cleaning scrub. You can get it from the doTERRA website. Here's the link, because it's not your recipe. So you need to make sure you always link back to the person the recipe belongs to. But that doesn't, so make sure your blurbs are there before you go live. You can then go back and edit your Facebook Live. So I wonder if I can't do a Facebook Live and then show you how to edit it. Oh, hang on. Let me see if I can edit a past Facebook Live. Let me find System Mixin. So you can edit let me just share my screen here. Now I've lost you guys. Right here. All right, so you can edit videos now. I need to find whichever one's a Facebook Live. Okay. Okay, a spontaneous Facebook Live. 2, let's just pause. So Joe's written a blurb. Okay, so it's a spontaneous Facebook Live, blah, 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 blah. But I can quickly read that before I go, yeah, okay, what's she doing? You know what I mean? Like, so this would flick up and I'm like, okay, yep, cool. All right, I want to know how to do, what's she even talking about? Benefits of oils, they shock me, blah, blah. So to edit, you literally just click on the 3 little dots and you can go edit video. And you can do this from your phone, I think. I have never done it from my phone because I always do them from here. But you can change the little picture that it lands on. So, you know, let's make it a good one for Jo. Let's choose something where she's got a really awful face and make it really good. But yes, so you can choose your image. That'd be a good one. So there's that. I think she had it on that. And then you can write a heading and you can tag. So if someone is searching or looking, it can become here. So you can put, we better do it right. I can't spell. And then you might like to tag doTERRA, essential oils, etc., etc. Blah, blah, blah. And then you just hit save. And then it's there. So how do I go? No, let me go back. Yeah. And then it's everything stays the same, but it's there. So you can go back in and tag and you can, yeah, just, that's it. That's pretty much all I want to show you. So just make sure that you're putting your blurbs in and that if you wanted to, you can go back in and edit. Still need to link back to your site for the discount for Oils for Life. That's all right. So, any questions? Any questions? Did that just blow your mind? You can go in and edit the little picture that it falls on. You don't have to be like in your picture. You can, what else was I going to say? Yeah, so that's really about it for today. That's all I've got. Strategies for getting people to workshops, your LRP, supporting your business builders, and a bit of a Facebook Live tip.
How do you get your Facebook Lives onto YouTube?
You don't know. You can download them, but I don't, because I don't do it. You can do it. I'd have to ask Jo. Let me see. There is, again, it's oh, okay. So you go back into those 3 little dots and there's one that says download video.
Oh, beautiful. So you can download it straight into YouTube then. So you'd be able to do that.
Download it to your computer and then upload it into YouTube.
Yeah, so I guess that'd be the same. You can do it on Instagram then too, right? No.
I don't think you can download an Insta Live. Is that what you mean?
There's no 3 Well, the 13-year-old's telling me that you can't do it to Instagram. Well, not 100%.
I don't think. Do you mean from an Instagram Live?
No. Just so you can put the video into Instagram.
No. Well, you can only Instagram videos on the scrolly part here.
Yep.
They can only be so many seconds.
Yeah. So it won't be long enough. It'll be too long.
Yeah. But what you could do, I mean, this would all be getting way too technical, but what you could do is grab a snippet in like a movie maker or something, whatever program you use, grab a snippet of your live, like a 20-second snippet and upload that.
I'll get the 13-year-old to do it. She's onto it. Oh,
yeah. Insta is a really great platform, actually, guys, just if you wanted to really quickly touch on that. Like Instagram, if you don't use it, it actually is a good platform. We get more Insta stories. Does everyone understand what I'm talking about with Insta stories? So you can do little quick live sessions, I guess. They're like 20 seconds long. and then like you film it and then it loads and then you film it again for another 20 seconds, it loads again, But you can see how many people have seen it down the bottom of your live. So 901 have watched. Who's Gingerbread? Anyone belong to you? Anyway, so they slowly get less because as people are like watching, I forgot my wedding anniversary, whoopsie, yesterday. So 729 people now know that I forgot my wedding anniversary. But the point of that is we don't get 729 people watch or see, and we've got 55,000 or something followers on Facebook, and we don't get 700 odd people even on Facebook. We've got 13,000 on Instagram. So someone, if they're better at maths than me, can work out the percentage of that. And we get, 600, 700, 800, sometimes 1,000 people watch the little Insta story. So 55,000, and we might get a couple of hundred watch a Facebook Live. 13,000, and we get 1,000 odd people watch an Insta story.
So my sister-in-law also said to me, she said, depending on what your live does, you get more people actually viewing your live on the emojis than you do on the thumbs up or the love.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's something, if you're building as well, that's you want to encourage the people who you know to put emojis on there, because that's the way it sends it out to more people apparently.
Yeah.
That's what she told me, and I went, oh.
Watch any of the Luke Hines is really good at it. I don't follow Luke Hines, but he's the masculine surfy dude cook person. I think he's paleo or keto or something. He does them really well. He'll wear some stupid hat that everyone puts the laugh, or he'll be shirtless, or he'll be, I don't suggest that, but there'll be some thing, right? So, and he'll be cooking, and he's a bit crude, it's a bit funny. But because they're all pressing the laugh or whatever, or wow or something, then it's crazy. Like his lives just go mental. We often say, send us a love, send us a laugh or something. Like we'll often ask people to do that, because if they're tapping that emoji screen, Facebook go, oh, people are interacting with this person. So they let more people view it. And then more people interact, so they let more people view it. And then more people, and then, it gradually goes out and out and out. So when you're doing a Facebook Live and you might only have 1 or 2, 3, 5, 10, 15 people watching, then start asking, hi guys, I hope you're enjoying this. Send us, a love or a like or whatever. Send us an emoji, and, so that I can tell. And and this is true, but sometimes our phones are sat way over there and you can't actually read the comments, but you can see the emojis come across. So, and again, you've probably heard us say it. I can't actually read what your comments are, guys, but if you send me the emojis across the screen, I'll see that you're there. And so again, it's not a marketing ploy, because I can't actually read what their comments are, but I can see that they're doing stuff, they're interacting. With Facebook Lives as well, don't wait for it to be perfect. You don't need your hair, you don't need your makeup done, you don't need good lighting, although that all helps, but it doesn't need to be perfect. Like I've done many just from having left the gym. Joe does them in a hat all the time. Like they don't need to be perfect, and that's what terrifies people from doing their first Facebook Live, like that it won't be perfect, because I don't reckon it'll be perfect even if you are perfect. Like you might be dressed and the lighting's perfect and everything's glamorous, and you're probably still going to stumble on a word or do something wrong. So don't wait to do Facebook Lives until it's perfect, because it's never going to be perfect. Same with Insta, like with Instagram, Insta stories, Instagram. I don't mind filters every now and then. Filters are funny, but don't use them if you're trying to be serious as well. So if you are actually trying to be serious, then be serious. So don't put a filter on your head, or a pair of funny glasses or something, But, if you are having a fun time, then, filters are fun. And agree, people resonate better with imperfection. I mean, did anyone ever watch Joe make that cake? Because seriously, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'd pulled into Kmart And I sat in the car park for nearly an hour. I didn't even go in and then I had to go netball. Like, I missed what I wanted to do because I was laughing so hard in the car at her trying to make that blooping cake. It was hilarious. And it's been one of the best Facebook Lives we've ever done, poor Jo, because it was so real and she kept marking it. It was so funny. Oh, my God. Anyway, so, yeah, real life is hilarious. Yeah. Was it? No, it was Eva's cake, wasn't it? Oh, anyway, yeah, one of them. But, yes, it was funny. She has done the second one. Yeah, but anyway, it's now on YouTube if anyone ever wants to go and watch it because it's really funny. It turned out all right, but it was funny. So doesn't have to be perfect. And Jacob smashed a bowl on the ground. She's had all sorts of things go wrong. And the same when we've done webinars. Like, when we do webinars, stuff goes wrong. We've flung things across the room when we've been cooking, like we've knocked over things. And it's like, well, that's real. That's it. That's all I've got for you guys. I think this will be the last one. I don't know when the first one back will be. We will put it in the Business Builders group. I'll just stop recording. I'll just say thanks for watching, and I'll hit stop recording, and then we'll